I've been pretty fortunate for as long as I've been doing this to not have to deal with anything that was like really, really bad. Like I haven't had to deal with kids. They tend to be really bad when they're seriously injured. I had to deal with. I mean, there's part of why this is an issue is that there's a lot of stuff that's kind of run of the mill that doesn't really stick out like inside like doing fire and EMS and police work, like seeing people who are seriously injured and seeing people who are dead and seeing their families. For me, that's the worst thing is not usually like somebody who's gone into cardiac arrest and we've gone there and we've tried to resuscitate them and it hasn't worked. To me, like if that person is there and their family isn't there, then I didn't know them, so there's not really a personal connection. But if the family shows up, or if the family is there, then for me, like that's when things get real. Is when they're kind of personified, and that can be really hard seeing people's reactions to that kind of an event, a life-altering event like that. But I've been pretty fortunate. I think the worst thing was probably a house fire with some people who were caught in it. That was bad. That was a long, hard day. I've never been through an incident where that I felt affected me to the point where I needed to seek professional help, and I have no problem with doing that if I think I need to. But there are definitely incidents that bother you a little bit, and that's normal. It's normal to be affected by the stuff that you see. And kind of the way that I determine whether or not I'm okay after one of those is whether I can eat and sleep. If I have an appetite and I can crawl into bed and fall asleep and not lay there staring at the ceiling, replaying something in my mind, then I know that I'm okay. And sometimes it kind of lingers, like the call will kind of stick with you for a couple days, and then it'll but as time goes on, it'll kind of fade away. I know some people who've had experiences that resulted in them not doing particular aspects of the job anymore. Like a couple of our guys just stopped doing EMS calls after they had some bad experiences involving infants. They're still involved in other stuff. They just won't deal with EMS calls directly anymore.
Do you know of anybody personally, or know anybody through a friend that has ever contemplated or attempted suicide?
Not personally, no.
No.
So the agency that I work for, we're pretty fortunate. We have like a regional critical incident stress management team. It's kind of made up of people from various agencies and like mental health professionals and stuff. And they come in and they'll do what's called a critical incident stress debriefing. So it's where it's just for the people who are involved in the incident. It's not for like anyone else. It's not a spectator thing. It's essentially a big group therapy session where everybody comes in and everybody who's involved comes in and talks about their experiences during that particular incident and how it made them feel, and they just kind of get it all out and in the open. And the idea is that it kind of helps them process that experience.